Hello viewers, welcome to my channel. I'm Hashim Ali Khan. So now I'm going to start the next problem on lease accounting, problem number 7. Already 6 main problems we have completed in the previous videos on lease accounting. Now this will be the last and final problem where we have to pass the journal entry in the books of the lessee and the journal entry in the books of the lessor. So from the next video onwards we have the evaluation problems. Means we have to evaluate whether the leasing proposal is better or buying option is better. So we have to evaluate the leasing option in the coming problems. Now this is the last problem on passing the journal entries. Hope you have already watched my earlier videos, got a good command on the subject, on the topic of lease accounting. Because all the videos are linked with one another. If you join right now, you may not be able to understand. Unless you have watched the earlier videos, starting videos. So before learning any subject, you must have the knowledge about the basics of the topic. So I suggest you to visit the playlist of my channel, select the subject corporate, advanced corporate accounting, select the topic lease accounting, watch the first video regarding the theory of all the lease accounting. Then starting 2-3 problems are basic problems on lease accounting. Now I'm going to start the 7th problem, but before 7th problem you must have a printout of the problems in the link which I have given. So 7th problem I am reading out, listen carefully. Messrs Gautam Limited acquired a Pentium 4 computer on lease for 4 years from Messrs Anant Limited on January 1st, 2002. So Gautam Limited lessee, Anant Limited lessor. The date of agreement 1st January 2002. The fair value of the computer is 60,000. The cost of the asset is 60,000. Messrs Gautam Limited and Messrs Anant Limited spent 1,000 and 1,100 respectively on negotiating the lease. The lease rentals are payable in 4 installments as under. So lease rentals are paid 4 installments. 1st January 2002. That means date of lease itself. That means lease rentals are paid in advance because the deal was made on 1st January 2002 and the first rental was also paid on 1st January 2002. That means the rentals are paid in advance. The first lease rental 35,000 rupees are paid at the time of signing the agreement. At the end of first year, 31st 12/2002, the lease rental 16,000. 31st December 2003, 8,000. 31st December 2004, 4,500. This is the first problem where the annual lease rentals are different. In the earlier problems, the annual lease rental was constant. But here every amount is different. The lessee has also guarantees a residual value of 5% of the fair value of the asset at the end of the economic life. That means the agreement is at the end of the expiry of the lease term, the lessee has the right to purchase the asset at 5% of the cost. The cost is 60,000. 5% of 60,000 comes to 3,000. So by paying 3,000 rupees to the lessor, the lessee can be able to get the ownership of the computer. The computer is to be depreciated on straight line method. That means the life of the computer is given as 4 years. So divide by 4, 60,000 divided by 4, 15,000. 60,000 divided by 4, 15,000. So every year depreciation constant 15,000. And identify the nature of lease. First of all, it is asking you to identify what is the nature of the lease. Is it a financial lease or an operating lease? That you have to identify. Secondly, make journal entries in the books of both the parties. The cost of capital is 14%. The rate of interest is 14%. We have to pass the journal entry in the books of both the parties. First of all, it is asking you to identify the nature of the lease. By seeing the contents of the problem, we decide it is a financial lease. So in examination, if this type of problem asked, first of all, you should write the reason why it is a financial lease. So I'll explain you. It is a financial lease because of the following conditions. The first, the lessor has given the right to the lessee to purchase the asset at the end of the lease term by paying just 5% of the original cost of the asset. And secondly, the life of the asset is equal to the lease term. Lease term is approximately equal to the life of the asset. Then the lessor has substantially transferred the risk and reward to the lessee. the lessor has transferred substantial risk and reward to the lessee. That means all the conditions are satisfied. The economic life of the asset is equal to the lease term. The lessor has substantially transferred the risk and reward to the lessee. The lessor has given the option to the lessee that he can purchase the asset at the end of the lease term by paying 5% of the cost. So when all the conditions are satisfied, it is a financial lease. So before passing the journal entry, first of all, we must calculate the interest charges, finance charges. So calculation of finance charges, year 0, because the lease rentals are paid in advance. That's why year 0, 1, 2, 3. 4 installments, the lease rent is paid. First amount shown as liability 60,000. The fair value of the asset 60,000. Interest. No interest to be calculated at 0 year. 0 year means at inception, at the beginning. Interest to be calculated at the end of first year, second year, third year. The beginning, no interest. Lease rental 35,000 rupees given in the problem. First lease rental 35,000. And this 35,000 is completely repayment of principal. Principal repayment. No interest is involved in this 35,000. So 60 minus 35,000, 25,000 is the liability remaining after paying lease rental. So after paying lease rental, liability is 25,000. This will become beginning. First year beginning value 25,000. Now on 25,000, the rate of interest given in the problem is 14%. Is it 14%? Yes. So 14% of 25,000, you'll get 3,500. So how much is the lease rental payable? 16,000 is the second lease rental payable given in the problem. So 16,000 minus 3,500, 12,500 is the repayment of principal. So in the total 16,000, 3,500 is the interest and 12,500 principal repayment. Now subtract 25,000 minus 12,500. 12,500 is the liability after paying the lease rental. Now this will become opening for the next year, second year. Now 14% of 12,500. 14% of 12,500, 1,750 is the interest. How much is the lease rental? 8,000 rupees given in the problem. 8,000 lease rental, 1,750 interest. So subtract 8,000 minus 1,750, 6,250 is the principal repaid. Now subtract 12,500 minus 6,250. 6,250 is the closing liability after paying lease rental. After paying lease rental, closing liability is 6,250. This will become opening. 6,250 is the opening. Now calculate 14% of 6,250. I am not taking balancing figure because the last payment is very less. 4,500 is the installment paid. Last and final payment is 4,250, whereas the liability arising is 6,250. So directly I am calculating 14% of 6,250, 875 as the interest. Now subtract 4,500 minus 875, 3,625. 3,625 is the principal payment. Now deduct 6,250 minus 3,625, 2,625 is the balance liability after paying the lease rental. This is a new point in this problem. Now let's see. Journal entry in the books of Gautam Limited, let's see. The date of transaction, date of deal is 2002, January 1st. The 2 entries will come. First of all, when the asset is taken, computer is taken, computer account data to lease payable. Same entries was what we have done in the previous 2-3 problems. Journal entries in the books of the lessee. First of all, computer, asset. Whatever asset is coming in, asset account will be debited. And a new account called lease payable account will be created. So computer account data to lease payable 60,000, being the computer taken on lease. Now, lease payable account data to bank. The first installment is paid at the time of signing the agreement itself. So lease payable account data to bank, being the first lease rental paid, 35,000. Now at the end of the year, 2002, December 31st, 1 year is over. After completion of 1 year, again 4-5 entries we have to pass. 5 entries we have to pass. The 5 entries are: first, finance charges account data to lease rental. How much are the finance charges? 3,500. First year interest 3,500. So finance charges account data to lease rental 3,500, being the interest due. Second, lease payable account data to lease rental, being the principal amount due in the lease rental. How much is the principal amount? 12,500. 12,500. Being the principal amount due in lease rental. Now lease rental paid. Lease rental account data to bank. How much is the lease rental? Second, 16,000. 16,000 paid. Lease rental account data to bank, being the lease rental paid. Second, lease rental paid. Now depreciation account data to accumulated depreciation. It is given straight line method. 60,000 divided by 4. 15,000 is the annual depreciation, being the depreciation provided. We are not given any insurance and maintenance expenses. Previous problem it was given. Here no insurance, no maintenance. Now we transfer. Transfer to profit and loss account the finance charges and depreciation. So entry profit and loss account data to finance charges to depreciation. Finance charges are 3,500, depreciation 15,000. 18,500. Being the finance charges and depreciation transferred to P&L account. First year completed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 entries in the first year. Same 5 entries in the second year with only difference in amounts. So 2003, December 31st. Finance charges account data to lease rental 1750. Being the finance charges due, interest due. Lease payable account data to lease rental, being the principal amount due. How much? 6,250. Then lease rental account data to bank, being the third lease rental paid, 8,000. Depreciation to accumulated depreciation, 15,000, being the depreciation provided. P&L. Profit and loss account data to finance charges to depreciation, being the finance charges and depreciation transferred to profit and loss account. Over. Second year completed. Now third year, 2004 December 31st. Same 6 entries will be passed. Only the amounts will change. That is finance charges account data to lease rental. Finance charges account data to lease rental 875. Being the interest charges due. Lease payable account data to lease rental, being the principal amount 3,625. Being the principal amount due. Then lease rental account data to bank 4,500. Being the last and final lease rental paid. Then depreciation to accumulated depreciation, same. Then profit and loss account data to finance charges to depreciation, 875 and 15,000. Over. So how many? 3 years completed. Now fourth year. Fourth year. At the end of the fourth year, the computer is purchased by paying 5%. 5% of 60,000, 3,000. The lessee will pay 3,000 rupees to the lessor and get the ownership of the computer. That means computer account data to bank, 3,000. Being the computer purchased, by paying 5% to the lessor. Then depreciation account data to accumulated depreciation. Every year same entry. Fourth year, this is the last year. 4 years we have to provide the depreciation. 15,000, 15,000, 15,000, 15,000. So depreciation to accumulated depreciation. Then accumulated depreciation 60,000 to computer 60,000. We have debited computer when we have purchased. Now we have to credit computer and debit accumulated depreciation. By passing this entry, accumulated depreciation will get closed and computer will also be closed. Next, profit and loss account data to depreciation. This depreciation now is created, transferring it to P&L account, being the depreciation transferred to P&L account. Over. So these are the entries in the books of the lessee. Now in the books of the lessor is Ananta Limited. First of all, 3 entries he will pass at the beginning. First of all, he will purchase the computer. Ananta Limited, first of all, he purchases the computer. So computer account data to bank, 60,000. Being the computer purchased for the purpose of lease. Then rent receivable account data to equipment or computer. You can write computer. So rent receivable account data to computer. That means this computer is given on lease, 60,000. Third, bank account data to rent receivable. First lease rental received, 35,000. First lease rental received, bank account data to rent received. Or 3 entries will be passed at the beginning. Now first year ends. 31st December 2002. At the end of the first year, 2 entries will be passed. First entry, interest receivable account data to interest account. First year interest is 3,500. Already we have calculated here. 3,500. Being the interest due. Next is lease rental received. The entry will be bank account debtor 16,000, to interest receivable 3,500, to rent receivable 12,500, being the second lease rental received. Same two entries, second year. At the end of second year, 2003, December 31st. Interest receivable account debtor to interest account 1750, being the interest due. Rental received, bank account debtor 8,000, to interest receivable 1750, to rent receivable 6,250, being the third lease rental received. Now fourth, last and final, third year. At the end of third year, 2004, December 31st. Interest receivable account debtor to interest account 875. This is the interest for the third year. Then bank account debtor to interest receivable to rent receivable, being the last and final rental received, lease rental received. That's all. Now at the end of the fourth year, the lessor is selling the computer to the lessee for an amount of rupees 3,000. To entry bank account debtor to income on sale of computer. Bank account debtor to income on sale of computer 3,000. That's all. These are the entries in the books of the lessor. So we have completed totally 7 problems on lease accounting. Come on, now I am starting the next problem, that is problem number 8. See the 8th problem. Messrs. Pravek Limited manufactured a piece of equipment at a cost of 3,50,000, which it held for resale from 1st January 2005 to 30th June 2005 at a price of rupees 4 lakh. So this company has manufactured an equipment. The cost of production is 3,50,000. And it wants to sell this component at rupees 4 lakh, and it held for resale from 1st January 2005 to 30th June 2005. That means during this time the sale does not materialize. He cannot be able to sell. Then on 1st July 2005, it leased the equipment to Messrs. Preksha Limited. Actually, the manufacturer was Pravek Limited. And ultimately, when it cannot be able to sell the equipment, it has given the equipment on lease to a lessee. The lessee's name is Preksha Limited. The lease is appropriately recorded as an operating lease for accounting purposes. So, previous problems we have done only on financial lease. So, this is the first problem on operating lease. In operating lease, the risk and reward are not substantially transferred by the lessor to the lessee. The main difference between operating lease and financial lease is, in financial lease, the lessor will substantially transfer all the risk and reward to the lessee. That means almost the lessee has become the owner. Ownership legally he will not be transferred. Still the owner will be the lessor. But in practice, the complete hold of the asset will be transferred to the lessee. But in case of operating lease, the ownership and the risk and reward is for the owner only. Just the lessee is using the asset and giving the rent and paying the rent to the lessor. So this is the problem on operating lease. The lease is for 3 years. The period expiring on 30th June 2008. Each monthly payment under the lease is 5,800 and is due on the first of the month. Here the lease rent is payable monthly. Every month 5,800 on the first of every month. On the first of every month, the lessee has to pay 5,800 to the lessor for the use of the asset. The first payment was made on 1st July 2005. That means the agreement was made on 1st July only. On 1st July only, agreement between the lessor and the lessor taken place. And 1st July itself, first lease payment will be paid. That is 5,800. Every month, first lease payment was made on 1st July 2005. Next will be paid on 1st August 2005. Then 1st September 2005. Every month. The equipment is being depreciated on straight line basis over an 8-year period with no residual value. Depreciation benefit will be given only to the lessor. In the previous problem, we have seen depreciation was calculated by lessee, but in case of operating lease, the depreciation advantage will be there only for the lessor. You are required to show what expenses would Preksha Limited. Preksha Limited means lessee. Preksha Limited is the lessee. What expenses should Messrs Preksha Limited appropriately record as a result of the above facts for the year ended 31st December 1995. 31st December 1995. Actually, it was a misprint there. 31st December 2095. That is 1995. So every year accounts are closed by Preksha Limited on 31st December. Now here they are closing the accounts on 31st December 1995. Actually, lease agreement taken place on 1st July 1995. So 6 months. July, August, September, October, November, December. So only 6 months were completed on this lease. The rent has been paid only for 6 months. How much rent? 5,800 monthly. So every month 5,800. For 6 months, how much? So 5,800 into 6. This is the total lease rent paid by lessee, Preksha Limited. First question. Second question, what income or loss before income tax should Messrs Pravek Limited? Pravek Limited is the lessor. So in this case, lease rent is an income to Pravek Limited, lessor, and lease rental is an expenditure to Preksha Limited, that is the lessee. So what is the income before tax should Messrs Pravek Limited appropriately record as a result of the above facts for the year ended 31st December 1995. In the books of Pravek Limited, lessor, how much would be the income before tax? And in the books of Preksha Limited, how much is the expenditure on rent, lease rent, that we have to show. Very easy problem, no journal entries, nothing. From lessee point of view, how much is the expenditure? From lessor point of view, how much is the income? That's it. Now see carefully. A. Rental expenses per month 5,800 given in the problem. Rental expenses for 6 months, that is from 1st July 2005 to 31st December 2005. Actually, year is 2005. There's a printing mistake there, 1995, it is given 2005. So 5,800 into 6, 34,800. This is the rental expenditure for 6 months. For 6 months. Therefore, expenses that Messrs Pravek Limited, lessee, should record for the year ended. They are closing the accounts for the year ended 31st December 2005. So during this year, the rental expenses chargeable to revenue account is 34,800. That's it. First question completed. It is asking you how much expenses Preksha Limited should charge. That's it. Now second question, rental income for the year ended 31st December 2005. Every month 5,800 rupees the lessor got. So total 5,800 into 6, 34,800 is the total revenue received from rental, lease rental. Now yearly depreciation. It is given in the problem straight line method of depreciation. The life of the asset equipment is 8 years. So 3,50,000 is the cost. The cost of the equipment is 3,50,000, 8 years. So per annum 43,750 is the yearly depreciation. Per annum depreciation. But depreciation will be provided only for 6 months. Because the asset is used only for 6 months. So 6 months depreciation. 43,750 into 6 by 12. 21,875 is the depreciation for 6 months. The lessor is eligible for depreciation up to rupees 21,875. So what is the income before tax? So taxable income on operating lease is 34,800 is the revenue received from lease rental, and the depreciation allowed as deduction is 21,875. So 34,800 minus 21,875, 12,925 is the operating income from leasing to the lessor, Pravek Limited. So in books of Pravek Limited, there is an income of 12,925 from this lease. That's it. This is the problem number 8. Now problem number 9. See carefully, 9th problem. X Limited offered an equipment on a 3-year operating lease. Again we have the problem on operating lease. X Limited offered an equipment on a 3-year operating lease to M Limited. So X Limited is the lessor, M Limited is the lessee. The cost of the equipment is 12 lakh. The annual rentals payable in arrear means at the end of the year, charged by X Limited are as under. So lessor has charged the lease rental as first year 3,67,200, second year lease rent 3,52,800, third year lease rent 3,38,400. These are the 3 years lease rent charged by lessor X Limited on the lessee M Limited. The equipment is to be depreciated at 10% per annum on straight line method. So 10% of 12 lakh, 1,20,000 is the annual depreciation. Then show how the transaction will be reflected in the books of both the parties. That means we have to pass the journal entry in the books of lessor and lessee. Remember, this is a problem on operating lease, not financial lease. The entries will be different. Here we don't have any finance charges. We don't have any finance charges. Finance charges are there only in financial lease. Now, see the solution carefully. First of all, calculation of lease rental to be charged to profit and loss account. How much is the lease rental chargeable to profit and loss account every year? That we'll calculate first. Year 1, 2, 3, rental charged. Rental charged by the lessor is 3,67,200 first year, 350,800 second year, 338,400 third year. Now rental charges for the year. So average, we have to calculate what is the average rental charges per year. So we add up all the 3 rental charges and divide by 3. Simple average. We are calculating simple average. Add up the 3 rentals divided by 3. So 367,200 plus 352,800 plus 338,400 divided by 3. 352,800 is the average rental charges per year. Every year, the rental charges to be charged to profit and loss account is 3,52,800 every year. Now first year, in the first year, the amount of rent chargeable to P&L account is 352,800. But how much is the rent paid? 3,67,200. That means the actual rental paid is more than the average rental. The excess whatever is paid is the prepaid rent. Suppose I am the lessee. I am paying 3,67,200 in the first year, but actual rent comes to 3,52,800. I am paying more. So why I am paying more? It's a prepaid. It's a prepaid rent. 367,200 minus 352,800, you will get 14,400. So during the first year, I have paid 14,400 advance rent. Lease rent in advance for the next year, 14,400. Right? Second year, 350,800, 350,800. Actually, this 14,400 should be deducted from 350,400. So again, 14,400 is the prepaid rent. Prepaid rent. Last year, 338,400 only I have paid. Actual rent comes to 350,800. If you add up 14,400 plus 338,400, you'll get 350,800. So first 2 years there is a prepaid lease rent, 14,400. Now what are the journal entry in the books of M Limited? First of all, I am passing the entries in the books of lessee M Limited. Lease rent account data 3,52,800. First of all, I'll debit the average lease rent. What is the lease rent for the year? 350,800. So lease rent account data 350,800. Lease rent paid in advance or prepaid lease rent. The prepaid lease rent during the first year is 14,400. So prepaid lease rent 14,400 to bank. Total how much I am paying first year? 367,200. 367,200. If you add up 350,800 plus 14,400, 367,200 is the amount paid by the lessee to the lessor, being the lease rent paid during the first year. Right? Now, the annual lease rent should be transferred to profit and loss account. How much lease rent debited? Lease rent is debited 350,800. This 350,800 should be transferred to profit and loss account. So entry will be profit and loss account data to lease rent. By passing this entry, lease rent account will be closed by transferring to P&L. That's all. So these are the 2 entries during the first year. First year. Now I am coming to the second year. In the second year, first of all, last year's prepaid rent will be adjusted. Last year's prepaid rent 14,400 will be adjusted in the lease rent during the current year. So last year lease rent, prepaid lease rent was debited. Now prepaid lease rent will be credited to close it. So debit will be given to lease rent account. Lease rent account debtor to prepaid lease rent 14,400. Being the prepaid lease rent at the beginning of the year. Being the prepaid lease rent at the beginning of the year, transferred to lease rent account. Transfer to lease rent. Now lease rent we have to pay. Lease rent account debtor 3,38,400. Because already 14,400 we have debited. 14,400 we have already debited. So actually we have to pay 3,52,800. Out of 3,52,800 already prepaid. How much is prepaid? 14,400. So deduct 14,400, you will get 3,38,400. So lease rent account debtor 3,38,400. Prepaid lease rent account debtor 14,400. To bank 3,52,800. 3,52,800 is the amount paid during the second year. Second year, being the lease rent paid during the second year. Now profit and loss account debtor to lease rent. Profit and loss account debtor to lease rent. The lease rent debited how much? 3,38,400 plus 14,400. 3,52,800. This 3,52,800 will be transferred to profit and loss account. P&L account debtor to lease rent transfer. So 2 years completed. Now I am coming to the third year, final year, last year. Opening prepaid rent will be transferred. So lease rent account debtor to prepaid lease rent. This last year's prepaid coming to opening. So lease rent account debtor to prepaid lease rent 14,400. Being the prepaid rent at the beginning of the year transferred to lease rent. Next, lease rent account debtor to bank. How much? 3,38,400. So actual lease rent paid. Now lease rent transferred to P&L account. So profit and loss account debtor to lease rent 3,52,800. So these are the journal entry for 3 years in the books of the lessee. So this is a problem of operating lease. So we don't have any financial charges or repayment of principal will not be there. Every year whatever lease rent we are paying, that lease rent we are transferring into profit and loss account. So journal entry in the books of X Limited. X Limited is the lessor. So first entry, year 1, equipment account debtor to bank. First of all, it has purchased the equipment. The value of the equipment is 12 lakh. So equipment account debtor to bank 12 lakh. Then bank account debtor 3,67,200. 3,67,200. To lease rent 3,52,800. To lease rent received in advance 14,400. Actually, first installment received is 367,200. First lease rent received is 367,200. Out of 367,200, 14,400 is the advance lease rent received. And the remaining 3,52,800 should be transferred to lease rent account. So bank account debtor 367,200. To lease rent 3,52,800. To lease rent received in advance 14,400. Being the first lease rent received. Now second entry, depreciation account debtor to accumulated depreciation. It is given in the problem. Depreciation will be available only to the lessor, not to the lessee. So 1,20,000. 1,20,000, 10%. So 10% of 12 lakh, 1,20,000 is the annual depreciation. So depreciation to accumulated depreciation. Now transfer this depreciation to P&L account. So P&L account debtor to depreciation 1,20,000. That means the depreciation account is transferred to profit and loss account. Similarly, the lease rent will be transferred to P&L account. So profit and loss account credit side, lease rent account debtor to P&L account. See here, lease rent here is credited. The lease rent account is credited. Now we have to debit. Lease rent account debit to profit and loss account. That means lease rent account will get closed by transferring it to profit and loss account. So these are the 4 entries passed in the first year. Similarly, 4 entries in the second year. Second year, what we have to do is this advance lease rent received in advance should be transferred to lease rent account. Here it is credited First year it is credited. Now we have to debit. Lease rent received in advance account debtor 14,400 to lease rent 14,400. Being the opening lease rent received in advance, transferred to lease rent. Now bank account debtor 3,50,000 to 800. This is the bank account. 3,50,000 to 800. To lease rent 3,38,400. To lease rent received in advance 14,400. During the second year also there is an advance of 14,400. 14,400 is the lease rent received in advance. So here also two lease rent received in advance 14,400. Being the second lease rent received. Second lease rent received. Then depreciation. Depreciation to accumulated depreciation 1,20,000 being the depreciation provided. Now transfer the depreciation to P&L account. P&L account data to depreciation. First depreciation debited, here depreciation credited. It is closed by transferring to P&L account. Next, lease rent. Transfer the lease rent also to P&L account every year. So lease rent account data to P&L account 3,50,000 to 800. Being the lease rent transferred to profit and loss account. Last year, year 3. Then year 3, lease rent received in advance account data to lease rent. First entry, the opening lease rent received in advance transferred to lease rent, 14,400. Then second, bank account data to lease rent, 3,38,400. Third year lease rent received, bank account data to lease rent, 3,38,400. Now transfer it, first of all depreciation. Every year depreciation 10%, depreciation account data to accumulated depreciation, being the depreciation provided. Profit and loss account data to depreciation, being the depreciation transferred to P&L account. Then lease rent account data to profit and loss account, being the lease rent transferred to profit and loss account. That's all. So these are the journal entry in the books of the lessor. So totally 9 problems we have completed. In these 9 problems, accounting treatment we have seen. What is the accounting treatment in the books of lessee and in the books of the lessor? That's it. So from next problem onwards, we have the evaluation of lease proposal. That means the company is having 2 options, whether to buy the asset or to take the asset on lease. Now we have to evaluate which one is better. Which option is better? Either buying option is better or leasing option is better. That we have to evaluate. Those type of problems we will do it in the next video. So if you are satisfied with my lecture, give a like to the video. Share this channel in your group, in your friend circle, so that more students can watch the video. Give your comments on these videos. And lastly, don't forget to subscribe my channel if you are not yet subscribed. We'll continue the next problem in the next